Guys, what up? What up? What up? What up? It's the kid. 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 Double H. Trying to live, trying to exist, trying to stay. What's up? So, guys, we have a It's the Q&A, guys. It's the Q&A. We have a very impressive array of questions on the Q&A, man. So again, thank you for all of those guys who sent in questions and so forth. Remember, you send in questions very easily by just go to the website, bottom right-hand corner, you click on the message icon, and then Vamos, you go through. So look, man, it's been an interesting week. We have our CL final, and obviously slowly as the weeks go, we will be slowly be chipping away, and also looking at the game, talking about the game, because it's gonna be a high octane, high stakes, emotional game. You know, that game is gonna have a lot of consequences, and Lord only knows how I'm gonna be able to handle the nerves when that game arrives. Yes, this is the Ronaldo Inter Milan jersey, man. This is the Ronaldo Inter Milan jersey, man. This is old school, man. So I've been looking at this jersey for ages, man. Ronaldo Inter Milan, the real Ronaldo. So Europa League. I said again, you expect United to beat the crap out of Villarreal. Cavani, what a signing that has been for United. And I remember, I keep reminding guys that Cavani is one of those guys who he'll probably go down as, did he ever fulfill his potential? Did he ever be as good as he should have been? But you say to yourself now, look at how crap Icardi is. Icardi is freaking basement level garbage. He's known more for adultery than for football. What if PSG still kept Cavani? And what if they still had Cavani? Would they actually fare a lot better in the CL? You never know. You never know. Maybe if they kept him, but they would have fared a lot better. So with United at Villarreal, you expect United to win. United have to win. They should win. You just never know. You just never know in a final, because this is Ole's first final for United. So again, how much would that count against him? Emery, he's been here many times. He's won this competition several times. He's won this competition 3 times in a row. So it's cool. Arsenal. What's there to be said, man? What's there to be said about Arsenal, man? It's a mess. It's a mess. I put up the video. It's a mess. So yeah, just to tell you what's coming up for the weekend. So obviously, Saturday we obviously have the Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. So remember, guys, always go to the website, the front page of the website, to try and know when the Twitch stream is. So I will always schedule. Basically, there'll always be a countdown as to when I will go onto Twitch doing like a watch along. So obviously the next one is going to be for the Barcelona game on Saturday, 3:15. So join me for the watch along for that Barca Atletico game, because again, I think La Liga right now it's crazy. Shout out to your boys, Lille. Lille are doing something amazing. Lille are 2 wins away. All they need are 2 wins. Obviously, PSG, I think you need to say what's up, because if Lille end up winning this title on Neymar's watch, that's just going to add to the juicy, amazing narrative, man. So Saturday hangouts, we're going to obviously, I think Saturday hangouts, we're going to talk Hazard. I want a Hazard conversation, and we'll review. We'll have a Neymar conversation. We'll review the games. Sunday, we're going to talk Ruben Diaz versus Van Dijk. I want to talk about that and then review the games on the Sunday as well. Obviously, Chelsea play Man City Saturday afternoon. Dress rehearsal for the CL final? Nah, I think I'm not going to use that game on Saturday to try and be that as like a precursor for what's going to happen on in the CL final. No way. And okay, what else? I want to say one more thing, man. I think that's about it. Last thing as well. So, guys, the Euros are coming. The Euros are coming, guys. And obviously, as you well know, I'm gearing up for it to try and hopefully touch wood, to preview and review all the games. There's going to be tons of watch-alongs. and I want to get you guys to be much more interactive. What I'm going to try and do is I'm actually going to bully you guys. I'm going to bully you into sending more videos, because what I want is to make the Euros, I mean, even the channel moving forward, I want to make the Euros far more interactive. So I want you guys to send in videos based off your previews for games, post-match thoughts of games, and just have where I talk, but you guys talk. So we obviously will have the hangouts. Of course, we'll have the pre-match and the post-match, but I also want to do videos where you send videos in and we have the content crack addicts give their thoughts on the Euros. So yeah, like I mean, Euros, it's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. So hope I'm good up for that. So guys, I've talked enough. And now it's time for me to get to your lovely, amazing questions, man. So without further ado, let's go to our first question, man. So first question. All right, I can hardly see that. So so the first question we have here from Usman, who says, HH, oh, are you sure this is the right one? Yeah, okay, it is. So HH, which positions have, in your opinion, players declined in the most? And how highly did you rate Xabi Alonso, and he passed the eye test? Big up. So yeah, thank you for that question, big man. So first let's do with Xabi Alonso. Does he pass the eye test? I would say just about, but it's quite close. Maybe he gets like a 60-67% on the eye test. Xabi Alonso, I rated him. I didn't rate him super highly, but what I did rate Xabi Alonso for, he was a superb passer of the ball in terms of long-range passing and his precision with which he could send the ball like 40, 50 at end-to-end was amazing. So this guy could drive the ball through, and also he was very accurate at shooting. He was an accurate shot. So he was a really good, precise shooter, and he was really good at passes. So basically, at his peak, which was sort of around Real Madrid, but different for Liverpool, he was a very important midfielder to have. I mean, you have your flashy midfielders, you have your very creative, technically highly gifted midfielders, but you have to have a guy like a Xabi Alonso who is like he brings the cement to the team. He just brings that stability and that key important foundation of his team. That's what Xabi Alonso brought through. Position did decline. You see, I would have said defending. But we've seen Van Dijk, and most recently we've seen Ruben Dias. I still think that defending has definitely had the biggest decline in the past few years. But I think with the emergence of Ruben Dias, we've seen what from Van Dijk, and I think even what guys like Skriniar and De Vrij are doing, I do feel like if defending is slowly making its way back into the frame. Not necessarily a position, but I would just say a certain skill. I do feel that we have less dribblers. You know, that's what I feel for sure. I feel that we have, I feel that we have less dribblers up in this piece. You know, I feel there are less individuals. I mean, we have great teams, but what we just have is a lot of team play. So when you look at, for instance, like you look at the Chelsea Real Madrid game, and you see many similar games where guys play a deep block, and there are players who are just incapable of actually figuring out the deep block and figuring out how to break away a defensive team. And I think, for instance, you know, you had like your Del Pieros, your Figos, your Rivaldos, your Ronaldinhos, your Beckhams, and so forth. They had so many players that had so much like they had such amazing personality, and I think those personalities are definitely missing. So I think we don't have those many standout individual players who can beat several players at a time. Players just have that natural balling ability, you know. Like if you think about it, apart from Messi and Neymar, how many individuals are there in the world who can beat 2-3 men at a time? Who, as a man, they can just take guys out of the game? They're not that many. We have very skilled players, but they all fit within like a team mindset. We don't really have those kind of extraordinary think out of the box players who can just sort of like create magic out of nothing, man. So I think that's the kind of thing mostly I would say is missing, man. So all right. Oopsie daisy. Oh God, wait. So next question. The Serie A so from King Darian, man, thank you for the question, King Darian. He says, with Inter winning the league, AC Milan battling for a CL spot, and Roma landing the great Uncle Mo, is this the start of the Serie A returning back to the glory days? If it isn't, what does the league and clubs need to do to return to the top of European football? Thank you for the question, Darian. You see, hold your horses. I would say that you need to hold your horses because, as I said again, like this Serie A took a serious L this year in terms of their performance in European competition. Inter didn't make it through the groups. Juventus got knocked out in the round of 16 to FC Porto. You had Roma got larynxed 6-2, you know. Napoli got beat by Granada. Milan were not even in the mix. The only team that sort of you could say that, okay, you know, they didn't really embarrass themselves was Atalanta, who lost to Real Madrid, you know, and it is still Real Madrid and Atalanta are in the come up. So for me, but it's promising though. It is promising because I think that with this title win from Inter Milan, it's going to give them hope. It's going to give them hope and believe that, okay, you know what, we have finally won a major trophy. And maybe this can give us like the impetus and the confidence to now make the step up, buy whatever players that we need and really try and take a game to the next level. Specifically with trying to actually do better in Europe and go through the group stage. Again, as I said, Mourinho going to Roma. I mean, I want to do a separate video on that, and I think we'll definitely discuss that on Saturday of Mourinho at Roma. But my thing is, if Mourinho is backed at Roma, if Napoli continue to now get players and so forth, sign key players, it's promising. What I will say is promising. I can't commit and say, oh my gosh, they're back. This is the Serie A's back. No. But it is promising though. It is promising that Inter have won the league. Roma have Mourinho. Napoli haven't had Victor Osimhen for a full season. So them having him for a full season, AC Milan now forming a renaissance. So it is promising, but for me, I have to just say, let's just wait and see what happens next season. Not only in Italy, but specifically, how do these teams now fare in Europe? But look, guys, everything happens in cycles. Everything happens in cycles. So this is just the particular cycle for Italy, where they've just been in the crapper for a long time. So you just hope that, you know, they'll have their time. Maybe like what will happen to La Liga once Messi leaves? Who knows? Maybe they'll now go through a decline. So I think we just have to just wait and see. That's the key. The key thing is just waiting and see what iguana. All right. So where are we at now? So from Joshua Adetunji, who says, who in football currently or even in the past would you say you were stylistically similar to? And if you were playing, name two midfielders you would love to play alongside. That's an interesting question, man. You see, I think I sort of changed my game after like I got an injury and I lost my stamina. So when I used to play in Switzerland, in Geneva, and so forth, I would say that I would almost be like similar to like a Vieira, who basically box to box. You know, so I would defend, I would pass, I would shoot. So I was just sort of like a complete all-rounded midfielder. So who sort of did everything. You know, I would track back, win the ball, pass the ball, keep the ball, spray the ball around, and, you know, take shots and so forth, and could shoot and then score. So I just tried to make sure that I was good at all aspects of it, which is why I loved playing midfield, central midfield, because you're required to do everything in football. You're required to tackle, you're required to pass, you're required to create, you're required to dribble, you're required to also shoot as well. So after I got like my injury and so forth, I had to sort of change my game and be a bit more technical. So I would say that probably, just thinking about it now, probably Scholes. Yeah, someone like Scholes, where, whenever because I think, one of my, because now like my stamina is horrible. I can't track back. I can't run. I don't have the same lungs and things that I have to, but I think my strongest asset is my touch, like my first touch and just my ball control and everything. That's for me, doesn't leave me. Like my speed, my movements, my ability to move around, my space and everything, that's all gone. But I think my first touch and my control and technique, it's still there. So I would say Scholes, ability to get the ball, move the ball, pass the ball around. My long range passing is still pretty good. My ability to deliver a through ball is still pretty good, and I can still shoot. So the technical side of the game, I think I can still pop off. So my mobility is finito. So two players I'd love to play alongside. Probably Javi and Pirlo. I think Javi and I think Javi, because you know that this guy is always going to give you the ball. He's always going to give you the ball. So you know that with Javi, he will always find you. And you know that he's always going to make the right pass towards you. And Pirlo, just watching him play would be amazing. Just watching him play and just how he'd operate would be see. But then that's a different see. Who would I'd like to play alongside? So if this is more so players who I feel I would be on the same wavelength with. Now it has to be the Riquelme and Pirlo. Riquelme and Pirlo, because I think that I think that I would playing with them would must be amazing. I think we would sort of be on the same kind of mental wavelength. So I'll say, yeah, Riquelme and Pirlo. That would be fun. But playing with Javi would be amazing because you're like, this guy's never going to lose the ball. And the thing with Javi is like, you've always got to be on your toes because you've always got to be ready to receive the ball because he will get you the ball because he ain't going to lose the ball and he will give you that ball. So yeah, with Mr. Javi would be very good. Playing with Javi and midfield would be very good. But to play with Javi, you have to be at your best and at the most attentive. All right. So next one we have here from Abra. This is a nice name, Abra. What's up, HH? What up, Abra? I started watching the South American qualifiers last year and the recent Copa America. And one thing that surprised me was the tackling and roughness of the game. Players were literally coming in with two-footed tackles, and they didn't treat players like Cannibal, Neymar, and Messi very different. Why is that, do you think? Thank you for that question, man. For me, you have to look at, and that's the beauty of countries, the beauty of culture, and just the beauty of players that play in different parts of the world, and also like different parts of the world view and interpret the game differently, and they referee the game differently. Like South America has always been very physical, which is why the reason why I love watching the Copa America and just South American qualifiers is, first of all, the amazing skill, the amazing individuality, because they really lean upon dribbling, being skillful, and really expressing yourself in the game. And I like the aggression. Like it's very aggressive and it's very physical, and there's a lot of passion involved. And I think for guys that are sort of in that kind of era, like for them, there is a thinking of, first of all, this is South America, so we operate like this. So we're not Europeans. We operate like this. This is how we operate, and so this is how we're going to go. And there's also a notion of because it is Messi, because it's the Kanama, because it's Neymar, they're going to treat them extra harsh, and they're going to go at them much more physically. And the key thing is the referee. I always tell this story about what happened is I don't know. I think Adesanya may have been playing Colombia. It was either Colombia or Paraguay. And in the first half, they were going physical on Messi. So there were tackles from behind and everything. And normally the kind of tackles they were putting on Messi, they'd get blown in Europe. So Messi then goes to the referee and says, yo, ref, man, what the heck? Why aren't you blowing? And the ref says, yo, bro, you're in South America, man. We do things differently here. And that's just it. You know, in South America, they don't blow for all this. They allow the game to flow a lot more. And they allow more tackles, they allow more physicality, they allow a lot more aggression. So that's why it's always very interesting to view the games. Because even when you look at those Copa America finals, because I remember it was the first one. It was the first Copa America final between Argentina and Chile, the one in 2015. And I remember Valdivia for Chile, I think he was on to Messi. The amount of times this guy tackled this guy from behind, the amount of tackles from behind they put on Messi was insane. And I was like, no way do these tackles not get called for a foul if this was in Europe or the World Cup. But in South America, they could get more physical with Messi, much more aggressive with him. And for Messi, because he's just not used to that, it's hard to readjust to the fact that no. They're going to be a lot more physical on you than they are going to be in Europe. And I like that because it's a totally different way of playing. And it now forces you as a player to not have to readjust your game, tweak your game, and adjust your game, and so forth. So, yeah. Thank you for that, Joshua. From Abra, that's it. From Jamal. Was Arsenal ever an elite club? So, thank you for the question, Jamal. Thank you for the question. Was Arsenal ever an elite club? They never won a Champions League. They never defended the Premier League. Back to back, yes. They had world-class players, and they did something no one has ever done in the Invincibles. But is that enough? My final point is they also lost 8-2 to Man United, 6-0 to Chelsea, 10-2 to Bayern. So I ask again, was Arsenal ever elite? That's a great question, man. Because obviously I put up a video talking about Arsenal Football Club. You look at, I think it was the 03-04 season. Basically, it was 03-04 season because that was when Mourinho won the CL, the Invincible season. That's when Arsenal should have won the Champions League. And I mean, that is almost the biggest indictment on Arsenal was 2006. That wasn't their best team. Their best team was the 03-04 team, the Invincibles team. And they lost to Wayne Bridge. Like, Wayne Bridge knocked out that Invincibles team. Because I think it was like 1-1 in the first leg. Then I think was it 2-1 or something to Chelsea? Was it 1-0? But Wayne Bridge scored the key goal. So, we have to be honest here. Were Arsenal ever elite? Because you being elite, I need to see your pedigree in Europe. I need to see your pedigree in Europe. I believe they may have won one UEFA Cup or so forth. I believe they may have done that. But the European pedigree is lacking. So it's one thing to have never won the Champions League. That's one thing. Atletico Madrid have never won the Champions League. But when you look at Atletico Madrid, 2014, they got to the final. 2016, they got to the final again. And even around that time, they've always really been strong competitors. For Arsenal, you've only made the final once. And that was in 2006. And it's not only that you've only made the final once. It's not only that you've never won it. It's the kinds of beatings they've taken. It's the kind of lashing that they've taken. And here is the real truth. I think we have been fooled to believe in Arsenal or an elite club based on just how big the brand is and how popular they are. They are one of the most supported clubs in the world. They're one of the most popular brands in the world. And they have a truly global fan base. I know so many Arsenal fans. I was even speaking to an Arsenal fan, a friend of mine earlier too. There's so many of them. So I think because of their popularity, the popularity of AFTV, and just how popular they are now, how popular the Invincibles was, what Thierry Henry was, we were almost full to think, oh no, they're elite. But my thing, if you think about it, they never had true sustained success in the Premier League. FA Cup has been nothing to me. And they've never really made a proper impact in Europe. And I think they've always fallen short against the very best in Europe. So my thing is that Arsenal, they were a very good club. They had the potential and they were in the cusp of being elite, but they've never been an elite club. I don't think they've ever truly been an elite club. I just think that they just had an outstanding team. Like those Invincibles, I'll still say that's still one of the best teams I've ever seen. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. And what they achieved is amazing. You know, you have to just say that when you do something that nobody else has done within a given competition, you can say it's amazing. You know, nobody else, you know, the Fergie team, the Pep team, the Mourinho team, the club team, there has still been no team in the Premier that has ever been unbeaten. But as cool as that is, and I still that's not an amazing stat, it's in the wider context of things, it really doesn't it doesn't allow Arsenal to sit at the same table as Bayern Munich, as Barcelona, as Real Madrid, and so forth. And here's the thing, and someone even sent this to me. Someone sent this to me. I think it was on Twitter. What if Man City win the Champions League? Man City have had to come from Division 2. So back when they were at main road, they had to come from freaking Division 2. So City have been to hell and back. Now, if City win the Champions League before Arsenal, I think that would just be yet another insult for Arsenal Football Club. But yeah, I think, look, I just know we were just fooled. Because look, as I said again, like for Arsenal is a popular club, you know. I told you, I used to live near the Arsenal Stadium, so I just know the tourists that go there. And I know how many people love it. I know so many people that are Arsenal fans. Yeah, I was even speaking to my friends today and so forth, because his girlfriend is like a huge Arsenal fan, and I think he's an Arsenal fan as well. So, and he's Japanese. So their reach is global. But if we properly critique it, were they ever elite? Were they ever elite? Had a great team, had one of the greatest players of the generation on Henry, had, I think, one of the most underrated players in Dennis Bergkamp, who I still say is one of the most technically gifted players ever. I think Patrick Vieira is one of the best all-round midfielders. Like they had, which is why it goes back to that 03-04 season, which is why that is the greatest indictment of Arsenal. And also, because I remember I was talking to my friend who's a huge Arsenal fan. Shout out to Billy if you're watching. Billy, shout out to you, Billy, man. Because Billy said that no, that was the season. Because that was the season that Milan lost to FC Porto, Real Madrid, I think, lost to Monaco. All the big dogs, Man United lost to FC Porto as well. All the big dogs, no, sorry. United lost to FC Porto. Milan lost to Deportivo La Coruña. So all the big dogs got knocked out. So if ever there was, because remember, if Arsenal had beaten Chelsea, then they would have faced Monaco. You expect them to beat Monaco. And Porto, you'd expect them to beat Porto as well. So that was the season they were supposed to win, because that was their best, that's their greatest ever team. And that was the season in which it was almost handed to them on a plate for them to win. So yeah, man, that's just the unfortunate thing for those dudes, man. So let's keep it going. From Sergio Contrao, who says, oops, let me hold it up. Personally, I feel if Hazard doesn't do something great at Madrid, immediately he will go down in history as only a Real Madrid flop. What he did at Chelsea means nothing, because his Real Madrid career will overshadow it even though he flopped. It is what it is. Chelsea are like a sand grain compared to Real Madrid. sad story. Now, is sangre not harsh? That is harsh, Sergio. Sergio, you don't need to be that harsh. I mean, Sergio, you may be right in terms of Real Madrid's history, but you don't need to be. Come on, you don't need to be like that because we got the dub. Okay, you don't need to be like that because we got the dub. Come on, easy. Okay, sangre is a bit extreme. But of course, Real Madrid obviously have Real Madrid's history supersedes every other club, most clubs in the world. But you raise an interesting point that I want to try and tackle, which is if this dude doesn't do something great for Real Madrid, how will he be remembered? The Real Madrid flop? Or, yeah, man, look at what he did for Chelsea. You might be right, because here's the thing. The thing with his Chelsea stint is, as good as that was, he never won the Champions League. The Europa League is still amazing. That's still a big thing, but he never won the Champions League. If he had won the Champions League, if he had led Chelsea to a Champions League victory, no matter what happens at Real Madrid, people will still say, yeah, but I know, but because all he has at Chelsea was he was a superb, amazing player that guided them to a few league titles, but he was just a superb, amazing, talented player. So if he doesn't do something for Madrid, it would be like, man, the guy did some stuff. He did some stuff at the World Cup. He did some stuff for Chelsea. But really, he would be remembered as, yeah, this was the flop. Case in point, Kaka. Kaka flopped at Real Madrid. He was a flop, 100%. But people don't think of Kaka, the Real Madrid flop. They think of Kaka, the guy that led AC Milan to a Champions League victory in 2007. Should have done so in 2005, but they think of Kaka, the guy that led them to a Champions League victory in 2007, and the guy that was a superb player, but specifically leading Milan to a CL win. So that supersedes what he did at Real Madrid. Remember, Real Madrid happened after AC Milan. But for Hazard, because you don't have that CL dub, but you don't have that CL dub with Chelsea, history won't be kind. Now, I'll remember. I'll say, bro, the guy was the closest thing to Neymar and Messi, and at a point was better than Messi, I believe, talent-wise, technique-wise. So I'll keep saying that. But nobody will care. People like, HH, shut up. But yeah, but no. Have up, shut up, sit down, shut the hell up, and remove your shades indoors, you moron. Because people like HH, no one gives a damn. Because all they care about, this guy flopped. Real Madrid. But nah. He didn't lead Chelsea to a CL. Because okay, he didn't have the right players around him. And he did not have the right players around him. He didn't have the right team. But history doesn't give an F. History is harsh. History doesn't possess context. History scoffs at context. History is black and white. Either you did or you didn't. People don't read, okay, but he didn't know. History is, did he win a Champions League for Chelsea? Oh, he didn't. Did he win a Champions League for Real Madrid? Oh, no, he didn't. Did he win Player of the Season? Oh, and that's the thing, because and here's the thing. A league title is important. As I said again, my hierarchy goes Champions League, your league title, the Europa League, then everything else. So a league title is important, but for me, I'm about the very best. I'm all about the pinnacle, because this channel is about who is the best. That's why we have the horsemen. That's why we have the legends, and that's why we have the greats, because we will always debate and argue about who are the very greatest and the very best players in this beautiful game. And for us to judge that is how well do these individuals do at the highest form of competition. That's what we have to always judge guys by. And I just think that the sad reality is, you are right. If he doesn't do something amazing for Real Madrid, his career will be encapsulated with, you flopped for Real Madrid, which is, I told you, it's one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life. I have no idea how that guy that we saw for the final season at Chelsea ended up being the guy that we saw for Real Madrid. It's insane. It makes no freaking sense. And for me, it is one of the great mysteries in football. One of the great mysteries in football. It is something just freaking drop. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the question, Sergio. From AD744, HH, where do you rank Tuchel amongst Chelsea managers? Too early to say. I love this question because I even want to address it. Really, thank you for sending this. I don't rank him. Now, I'll put it this way, he's better than Lampard. Like, Lampard is the worst Chelsea manager. You know, Lampard, like, and statistically, and they actually did it. Statistically, like, if you just like with the win ratio, statistically, he is the worst manager. So yeah, Lampard is the worst. So he's right at the floor. But for me, with Tuchel is I can't assess him yet. You know, because let me paint a scenario. So right now, Tuchel is talk of the town. He's on top of the world, baby. Yeah. But let's paint a scenario. What if, come the end of the season, what if come the evening of May 29th, Chelsea finish 5th or 6th? They get beat by Leicester City in the FA Cup final, and they lose the Champions League final to Man City. Then where would we rank Tuchel? Now, we could say that, well, Lampard gave him a really crappy situation. But it would be a pretty crappy situation to be in if that is how Chelsea's season would have ended up. So for me, I think that I can only answer this question after this season is finished. So far, so good. So far, so good. But football is a funny old game. And things can change just like that. The season prior to this season, Lampard was, oh my God, he got Chelsea top 4 despite the transfer ban. Oh my gosh, this guy's Midas touch. And I think things were going great. Then afterwards, we realized that this guy is really just a Class A brick and superb, legendary player for Chelsea, garbage manager. So football, things can change very quickly, very rapidly. You know, the honeymoon can be over just like that, and suddenly you can just be viewed as a guy who's just totally garbage. So I'm waiting to see how this thing progresses, because let's see how Tuchel now reacts to hardship. Let's see how he now reacts to when things are not going his way. Let's see how he now reacts to how, if there are more injuries, players are not playing well, players are out of form, loss after loss, and let's see how he now, because the key test of every manager is how do you react to adversity. You don't really have adversity as PSG. And as a Dortmund, Tuchel wasn't expected to do anything because it's an orphanage. You know, that's the German orphanage. Like, they just give away the house kids, and once the kids grow up, you know, they just send them away. At PSG, yes, there's expectation, but everyone has failed at PSG. You know, and really, if you think about it, he's actually been the most successful PSG manager because he's the only guy that's got them to a final where they only lost 1-0. So he's actually been the most successful. But at Chelsea, you now have true expectation. And you don't have the safety nets of Uber Eats, which is what he always had, being such a strong team there. So, you know, we wait and see. We wait and see, because I don't want to be too quick to be reactionary and be like, oh, let's wait and see how that cookie crumbles, man. So yeah, thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that, bro. So, I don't know, lots of questions today, guys. We have lots of questions. So, from Lep will lose to Chelsea on May 29th. Oh, Lord. HH, how come England doesn't produce good managers in world football? I found that strange for a country that invented the game. Well, actually, I read somewhere that back in the days in China, they used to kick around severed heads. So people said, technically speaking, probably was China that invented when they used to kick around a severed head. Brutal, I know, but it is what it is, you know. And when you look at all the managers, but this is the home of football, though. This is football's home, though. When you look at all the managers that has coached the game, 99% of them are not from England. Most are from Italy, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Scotland, Brazil, etc. Frank Lampard was supposed to do the treble with the London Blues, but failed miserably. I can say that again. So why haven't we ever seen a world-class English manager since Bobby Robson? By the way, Bobby Robson was England manager when Maradona scored the hand of God goal at the 1986 World Cup. Yeah, Bobby Robson was a definitely really good coach, and he was also the manager for Barcelona during Ronaldo's time. And yeah, he was the manager at the 1990 World Cup as well. So yeah, he is definitely England's best manager, definitely 100%. See, I think England have had a few pretty good ones. I think Hoddle was okay. Terry Venables was good. And for me, I always said this, that I don't know why they went with, is it Roy Hodgson? They should go with Redknapp is a good manager. I mean, he's a bit like, right, sure, my, you know, he's definitely like, you know, yeah, free points, my free points. He's definitely one of those guys, but I think he's a pretty good coach, and I think he would be really good for England, you know, because I think he has a good psychology and mentality when it comes to football. But my thing is, you know, living in England and so forth, I just think it's a mentality thing, you know, and it's like, why are Brazilians so naturally good at football? It is what it is. Germans and Italians, they just are naturally just really good at management. So that's just a skill that Italians and Germans seem to have, is that they know how to manage, they know how to coach. That's why for so long they just have a conveyor belt of great managers and great coaches. So I think for England, it's just think that that's just not where their skills lie. So, because if you see even Scottish people, 100% they've produced one of the greatest managers that there is in your boy Fergie. Like even now, I mean, look at it. So Man City, Portuguese. No, sorry, Man City, Spanish. Leicester City, Northern Irish. United, Norwegian. Chelsea, German. Freaking Everton, Italian. West Ham, Scottish. So my thing is, you know, and I think this almost goes to almost the English people's arrogance, because it's like, go abroad. Like, I think for English people, they don't believe that they need to go to a Holland, a Portugal, a Germany, and just learn coaching ideas. So you can sort of learn from the Germans, learn from the Italians, and then mix it with your own ideology. A lot of them are like, no, we're England, we're Great Britain, we'll just stay here. Okay, stay there, but no one's going to hire you, because you obviously don't possess some of the skills and the know-how that these Italians have, that these Germans have. You see, a clever man thinks he knows everything. A wise man knows that he knows nothing. So a wise man is always ready to learn and is always willing to try to learn, because a wise man knows that I always need to learn every single day, because I don't know everything, you know. And for English coaches and managers, every one of them should go to Germany, Portugal, or Italy to learn on understanding, because obviously these guys are just clearly better than you, based off the evidence that we've seen. Because like I remember, like Lampard was saying that, oh no, he wants to succeed at Chelsea because he wants to be like a beacon of hope for English managers. Lamps, that's not how it works. These are high stakes with a lot of money being spent and a lot of money being invested. People are not just going to hire an English manager because they want to promote English coaching. No. They want to hire the very best. So let's see your CV. Let's see your ideas. Let's see your PowerPoint presentation, and then boom, let's go. You know, so like there is a reason. Look at that. But back there from freaking Beckenbauer, you know what Beckenbauer was doing with both Bayern Munich and for Germany. Look at the likes of Lippi, Fabio Capello, and now you look at what your Hangers have done. So these guys, obviously, for decades, have always produced quality managers. You know, so, and the thing about management is, it's not a physical ability thing. A Brazilian can't teach someone else how to play football like them. You can't. But an Italian manager or a German manager can tell you that this is how to deal with a kind of player. This is how you should defend in this situation. This is how you should attack in this situation. And these are the benefits of this 4-3-3. This is the benefits of this 4-3-1. This is how you should play a striker. This is how you should deal with this kind of play. This is how you should deal with this kind of formation. This is how you should set up your guys here. This is when you should bring in this substitution to change the course of the game. This is what you should do with this kind of player. These are all knowledge-based things that these Germans and Italians and Portuguese, that they know these things. So they can pass on this knowledge to you, and you can now apply it and do it in your own way. I'll give you an example. Cooking. So for some reason, I wanted to cook, because I was like, you know what? Rather than having to spend money and so forth, I want to cook. So I asked my mom, Mom, please teach me how to cook, because I want to just learn how to cook stuff. So my mom taught me how to cook stew, how to season, how to cook pancakes, and so forth. So I was like, cool. So when I now made it, so remember, my mom, she taught me. So when I used to now make it, my mom said, whoa, this stew actually tastes pretty good. In fact, it actually tastes better than mine. So I took her knowledge, but I then reapplied it based on my own intuition. So I now made it my own. So I took those teachings and then made it my own. So what English guys have to do is take your ass over to Italy. Put the pints down. Take your ass over to Italy, to the Netherlands, to Portugal, to Germany. Learn from these guys, from these experts. And now when you now come back, you may be able to now apply it in a way that could actually supersede and be better than the Germans, better than the Italians, and so forth. So I think for them, that's what they really need to do, man. So I think that'll be the best, man. Look, man, I love lamps, man. I love lamps. I love lamps, man. All right. Let's see. Because I even want to watch your thoughts on this whole thing. This is a long one. From Abdul AI. Q&A. With Barcelona receiving big cash injections from reported American investment funds, how do you think the transfer window and the possible future can look for the team? Barcelona is reportedly going to bring in their right back, Emerson Royal, from Real Betis this summer, who has been one of, if not the best right backs in the league this season. They already own half of him, damn. And 9 million euros is all that it takes to bring him in. Bayern and PSG are also interested in him. Barca is also most likely going to end up with Agüero, Depay, if not both. Then definitely one of them. Neymar is being heavily linked back with the club, especially because Neymar only has 12 months left on his contract and is desperate to play with Messi. How does the future look for the team? If Barca has a successful transfer window, and how much difference would this season have been if Barca had a proper number 9 like a Benzema for Madrid? You know what I always say as well? Hopefully Ansu Fati's surgery went well and successful. But yeah, they were badly missing Ansu Fati. That is one player that they were badly missing. Like Ansu Fati was one player that these guys were definitely badly missing, man. If all those things come true, there's still no guarantee, but at least it's promising. So it's cool you're getting it right back. I think what I need to hear is, before I even hear about Depay and Agüero, I need to hear about the defense. Because the defense has really let down Barcelona, specifically PK and Longley. Like, you have guys who are Class A, Class B bricks, like truly garbage players. So I think that has definitely been problematic for you guys, man. It's promising. I think if you secure Royal, you secure those defenders, and there has to be a massive revamp, a total rehaul of the team. Xavi needs to forget those guys. There just has to be a total new look into the team. If that happens, does Messi stay? I have no idea. But if that happens, because again, I don't know what Real Madrid are doing, because I don't know whether, because Zidane is still going to, Zidane will want Modric and Kroos to play till they are 50. He's never going to sell them. But for Barca, if there is that aggressive innovation and renovation, and this American firm, they say, truly back them and really invest in them, and obviously they don't have too many severe sanctions from joining the ESL. It could be good, because let's keep it real. This team shouldn't. This team is broken. This is a broken team, and they're still competing with La Liga. Like, if they beat Atletico on Saturday, they could say, "What's up?" They could say, "What's up?" So they're still very much competing. So, but nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed, because, again, like, let's say if Messi leaves, then it's like, okay, what is the team going to look like? How are they going to play? And you're now going, see, if Messi leaves, you're going into uncharted territory. If Messi stays, then it's a case of like, how will these guys fit with Messi? And will they be able to mesh well with Messi? Now, if Messi does leave, then you're entering, which I think is exciting personally, but you're entering totally new territory. Like, wow, it's now a Barcelona that no longer has Messi, something that hasn't happened since what, like freaking like 05, freaking like 04, 05. Like, it's been a long time since Barcelona have not had a Lionel Messi involved, So, but for me, a really good quality central defender. I think definitely a new right back and a left back, totally new. Midfield is Q, and then a striker, like a truly world-class, amazing, dependable striker. I think if they do that, fix the defense, because the midfield is fine. The midfield is fine. I think in De Jong and so forth, it's okay. The defense and a striker. The flanks are cool. The flanks are cool. Defense, striker, then boom, you can definitely start to be talking, man. All right. From Brooks, HH, who had a more unexpected decline? Hazard from Chelsea in Madrid, with his best Chelsea season to his worst ever season, or Sanchez from tearing up the Premier League with Arsenal to flopping at Man United? Bro, that's a good question, man. I'm already going to say it's going to be Hazard, because Sanchez was trash for United, but I think he still did more. I still think, despite how bad he was, he still did more. And it's funny you say that, because way back when, for those who've been, rocking with the football hots for a while, from way back when, I did see that Sanchez was better than Hazard, and he was. When Sanchez was doing his thing for Arsenal, he was better than Hazard. Then obviously Hazard reached really got over that hump, specifically in 2018 World Cup. Then he was like, okay, man, this guy's not that freaking dude. But it is crazy how you saw how amazing Sanchez was for Arsenal, and then at United, it was like he's not the same player. And for Hazard, it's almost similar to the same thing. Like, look at how amazing he was, and he was superb for Chelsea. And then he now came over, and it's like, wait, what happens? Like, this is just completely not the freaking same player. So, but it was, because both the clans are back. Guys, I told you, like, Sanchez at Arsenal was so superb. Like, he literally was almost like a one-man army, like winning games off his own back for Arsenal. And that's Man United. This guy could hardly play. He did not know what he was doing. But for me, Hazard has literally done nothing for Real Madrid. Sanchez, I think he had a few okay games. He did a few good things. Now, it wasn't what it was way defensive, but he did a few good things. But the Hazard decline has been insane. But the weird thing though is, like, this past few months, we've at least seen glimpses of Hazard. We've seen glimpses of what he used to do. Ever since Sanchez left Arsenal, his whole United tenure, even for Chile as well, and for Inter Milan, he said this is not the same player. Like, the Sanchez thing is truly odd. That is truly odd as to how this guy just totally lost it. Because, like, man, this guy was a super player. Like, because, like, I know this guy is just boom, all action, man. So, but for me, Hazard, man, for sure. But it is interesting viewing their parallels as to, and I don't think There are very few players you can say that's awful because even as good as Torres was for Liverpool, Torres was never as amazing as Sanchez was for Arsenal or Hazard was for Chelsea. So to go from 100 to 0 like that is insane. And you have to ask that what causes that? Is it a mental thing? It has to be mental because it can't be physical. Like you can't just trying to be bad, and it can't be a tactical thing of like, oh, I don't fit into the tactics because that's bullcrap. Because when you're that good, give you the ball anywhere on the pitch, you should still be able to do something, affect the game in some way. Same thing with people say, oh, Messi won't be able to function. Now, Messi may not be as good for Argentina as he is for Barcelona, but he's still amazing for Argentina. If you give him the ball, he will still do stuff with the ball. So if you're an amazing player, forget what the tactics and the formations. Just give me the ball to fit. I will do something based on just how good you are. So that's just the mystery of football, man. The mystery. Now, this is an interesting question. When I saw it, I was like, oh, what an interesting question. Thank you, Espander. If we ignore club football totally, who is the greatest player currently active of all time? That is a really good question. I was like, oh, no, I need to really, use my brain and so forth. So disregarding club football totally, the greatest player currently active. So I was like, let me think about this. So now I'm looking at World Cup, Euros, AFCON, Copa America, Asia Cup, not the Confederations Cup. So then I said, I initially went with this dude. I was like, oh, it has to be this guy but then I was like, wait a minute. Because he said active. I said, is this guy active? So I went to Google and he's still active. Technically, he's still active. The answer is very simple. It's Iniesta. It's Iniesta. See, because I said, okay, could you say Neuer? Because Neuer was arguably one of the best players at that World Cup. But then what did he do in the Euros? Because obviously Xavi has retired. Puyol has retired. David Villa is still playing, though. But I had to put Iniesta over David Villa. Honestly, Casillas retired. But for Iniesta, you look at 2010 World Cup. He scored the World Cup winning goal. He was one of the key players for them. Euro 2012. He was also there in Euro 08. One of the key players in Euro 08. Euro 2012, he was arguably one of the best players in that false nine system that they played, and he was given. He was man of the match. I believe he was man of the match in the World Cup final and man of the match in the Euro final. So for me, it's Iniesta, because he was a major part of those two victories, which is that World Cup in 2010 and those Euros in 2012. So, and you can say that for anyone else like Messi. We don't want to, lost 3 finals. For Cristiano, he wasn't the best player for Portugal at those Euros, and again, and I'm not crapping on Cristiano, but see, this is the difference here. Now, Iniesta was quality throughout for Spain, both in 2010 and 2012, but the games get harder the further you go, and I'm going to give you greater kudos with every game that comes towards you. So the fact that Iniesta was quality throughout the 2010 World Cup, and he was the man of the match in 2010, and he got the World Cup winning goal, oh my gosh. 2012, he was quality all the way throughout, and he got man of the match in that 2012 final, oh my gosh. But for Cristiano, yeah, you helped. You were a major help for Portugal in Euro 2016. Not your fault. I get it. It wasn't your fault that Payet injured. It wasn't. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You've not done anything in a major international final. Not your fault, but it is what it is. But for Iniesta, in 2 major finals, you were man of the match. And in one of them, you scored the most valuable goal in football, which is a World Cup winning goal. So he's going to get the freaking dub. And final question now. This is another good one. From Bad Meets Evil. Thank you for the question, Bad Meets Evil. What's up, HH? The CL final and the tournament at large demonstrates who has the best team in Europe, arguably the world. well, for me, the world, per season. However, if theoretically each of the major football clubs in Europe could transcend time and deploy an all-time 11 for the entire history into one match, or perhaps CL campaign, who would reign supreme in your eyes? One tricky thing, though, would be to decide what to do with players such as Arnan or Figo, who have played for Barca and Real respectively. Speaking of those two clubs, that would be one tasty matchup indeed, for sure. For sure. Peace and keep the content crack rolling, my man. Thank you. So this is really good, and I may need your help here. So obviously, I'll revert to the live chat after I give my thoughts. So did I say the major flavor? An all-time 11 for the entire history into one match about CL campaign. So if you do an all-time Real Madrid, you can have Cristiano, Raul, Zidane, Di Stefano, Hierro, Figo. Oh my God! You can have in a Real Madrid team. You can have Raul. In a Real Madrid team, you can have Raul, Ronaldo, Cristiano, Figo, Zidane. You can have like Hierro and Varane both in defense. Bro. If you're Barcelona, you can have this is actually really good. If you're Barcelona, you can have Kluivert, Romario, Dino, Messi. You can have Figo as well if you want to. Yeah. You can then obviously you can have Xavi, Iniesta. Then you can choose. Then you can decide whether you want Guardiola or Busquets. Because Guardiola was very good in his time. Guardiola was a damn good player in his time. So you could have a midfield three of Guardiola, Iniesta, Xavi. You can have Koeman there at right back. Was he right back? Yeah, I think he was right back. Oh no, but you probably have Daniel Alves at right back. Maybe you want to say, okay, maybe Koeman can play left back. Puyol obviously back in defense. This is tough. Juventus can have Del Piero, Pirlo, Trezeguet, Pogba. So they can have Vialli. You know, we did no. Pagluca played for Inter. He played for Inter. You know, Inter Milan. Inter Milan can have peak Ronaldo. They can have Ronaldo at his peak. So they can have Ronaldo. They can have Zamorano. They can have that Samuel Lucio at the back. Figo played with them at the time. You know, Chelsea. Hey, come on, Chelsea can say, what's up, man? Because Chelsea can have Hazard. And I see, if you not do Chelsea can give Hazard an amazing team. So Hazard, you can have Hazard, Drogba, Essien or Makalele, Lampard. Then you have Terry, Ashley Cole, peak check. Just imagine peak Drogba, peak Lampard, peak Essien, and you put. Imagine if you could have Hazard in that team in 08. Or put Hazard in that team in 08, 05. Easy job, man. Liverpool can have Dalglish, Robbie Fowler, Roche, Gerrard, what's the name? Yeah, no. Liverpool can have guys. Obviously, you have Xabi Alonso in that. Torres, you know. So Liverpool can have a strike partnership of Torres and Fowler. Because trust me, Fowler was a damn good striker. So that's it. Bayern, you can have Effenberg in midfield. You can have Can. Obviously, But yeah, you can choose between either Khan or Neuer. You can have Sami Kufor in defense. So now you can have a proper defense. You can have, like, let's say Sami Kufor and throw Boateng in there. And obviously you can still keep Lewandowski. But and also you can deploy Rob, bro. So you can have Lam up in that piece. You can have Lewandowski up in that piece. You can have Effenberg in midfield, and you can also have Beckenbauer. Bro, you can put Beckenbauer in that piece. Oh my gosh, you can have like a back defense of like Beckenbauer and Kufor, Khan in goal. So basically, you can have a defense of Lam, Beckenbauer, Kufor, Brov. And what was the name of that? I think Lizarazu played for Bayern. I think Lizarazu played for Bayern. So Barca's team look crazy, man. Basically, for me, and it's sort of always, but it might be between Barca and Real Madrid, because I think a Real Madrid team that's you have Ronaldo, Cristiano, Zidane, and Figo, that's insane. And then you have Hierro and Ramos in defense, and obviously Casillas are in goal. But then like Barcelona is like, my thing is just, if you look at the Barcelona attack so you can have Kluivert, you can have a partnership of Kluivert, Samuel Eto'o. So Barca can have Kluivert, Eto'o. Then you can have, basically, the attack will just be mad. So you just have like a four-pronged attack of Kluivert, Eto'o, Messi, Ronaldinho. Just imagine that. Messi, Ronaldinho, Eto'o, and Kluivert. That's like triple X. That is not safe for work. Okay, that's not safe for work. Basically, that's criminal charges. Basically, criminal charge, like prosecution, like George, like prosecution, like the wire, like prosecution brought up on charges. Kluivert, Eto'o, Messi, Dino, that's madness. That's technique, that's creativity, that's la, that is silk. I mean, it's everything. But to answer your question, I mean, no, look, I want to see what the live chat says. I was gonna crack it, but like, no, it's a bad joke. It's in a poor taste. I can't say it. It's a bad joke. It's a real poor taste. So no, I won't say it. I was say like, okay, what if this team had an awesome working on? But I won't say it. You can guess what I was about to say, but I won't say it. All-time Barcelona is crazy. All-time Barcelona is crazy, bro. Like, because like, let's say it's Barca, Real Madrid, the midfield can match, but an all-time Bayern is mad as well. But then with an all-time Bayern, we sort of got that because we sort of had a team, because Lewandowski played with Robben and Ribery, because Robben and Ribery have to be an all-time Bayern team. That's a fact. So we already had that. The thing with, okay, like all-time Man United. See, an all-time Man United, all-time Juventus, all-time AC Milan. Hold up, all-time AC Milan. So give me a George Weah, give me a Chef, give me a Chef, give me Kaka, give me Baresi and Desai in defense, give me your boy Dini up in the left back position. Give me a defense or Cafu, Baresi, Desai, Maldini, and then midfield thingy. Ancelotti could say what's up. Back in the day, he could say what's up. Because remember, they could also use Dini as well. But But see, the thing about the Milan is that that's almost pretty much it's pretty much the 05 team, but it's the 05 team, but without Baresi, Desai, Weah. And those are three big names, bro. Those are three big names. Like a attack of like Weah and Shevchenko, and Kaka is a number 10 supplying them. Bro, that's real. That's real. But look, man, let's Inter Milan. If you say Inter Milan, Ronaldo. Remember, they can Etso. So Inter can have Ronaldo, Etso, and Snyder in behind. But Chelsea, look, man, this is going to get some love for Chelsea. Because Chelsea can say Drogba, pick Drogba, pick Hazard with Lampard. Come on, that's something. That's something. That's something. And that midfield is money, bro. Makelele and Anesiano. What? Because the key thing with the Chelsea thing is, if Pick Hazard met that peak team, bro, put Pick Hazard in that 09 semi, Chelsea, put Pick Hazard 08, 09. If Pick Hazard had that peak team, 4 CLs, easy. 4-5 CLs, simple. Finish. So, but look, man, I've talked, man. So I want to see I actually want to hear what you guys say about it. But that was a really good question, man. That was a really, really good question, man. So let me see what you guys are saying about that, man. Let me switch things, man. All right. Okay, so I don't know what you guys say, man, because an all-time thing is, I think we almost need to do like a build lineup kind of thingy, man. Put it in like a formation. So from 05-08, Chelsea's best team in the world just got unlucky a lot. No, Real Madrid is wrong. Yeah, Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Bayern teams are balanced, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Oh, bro, do you know how long I've been waiting for this kit for? And look, man, I have to, bro. My idol, man. This is my freaking idol, man. It's my freaking idol. I had to, bro. I had to. Actually, let me see if I'm just making sure I've got all the dubs. I'm not behind on any dubs, and then we will have a nice little chin wag, shall we? So from Footy Wizard, thank you for the dub, Footy Wizard. Mahrez equals Algerian Robin. P.S. I need a charisma, Rabinho, and Ben Arfa reaction on Patreon. Oh yeah, no, look, man. I will do it, man. Trust me, I will do it. Charisma, because Charisma was that dude. Charisma was that dude, man. Charisma was that dude. Yeah. I'll give you that Patreon crack. Mahrez equals Algerian Robin. No. Mahrez is his own player, is his own man, and I don't think you have to compare him to someone else. There will never be another Robin. Robin is a one-in-one. Robin was unique. Robin's psychology, his mentality, and so forth was just different. It was just different. And look, I love Mahrez. Robin was different. You see, do you know how people are finding it so hard in these deep blocks? Robin, that's the guy they need, because Robin, he doesn't pass. Robin is, give me the rock. Give me the rock, I'ma live. Give me the rock, I'ma live, bro. That's just what it was about. So now, man, Robin was different. I don't want to come on this. There'll never be another Robin. Robin is that freaking dude, man. Your boy Josh Bone, man. Thank you for the dog. Thank you for the dog, Josh Bone. Thank you for the dog, Josh Bone. I told Chelsea fans that Lampard is trash. That he is. And they said, show respect to a legend. If Stevie G pulled up with them results, I will destroy him. And Josh, this is the thing. And this is what I was trying to get through to these psychopaths. There is a difference between the player and the manager. Maradona is the GOAT. Maradona, in my opinion, I love Pele, I love Zidane and so forth, but for me, Maradona is the GOAT of football. He was a trash manager. He was crap. All because you are a legend as a player doesn't mean that you will be adept as a manager. It's different. What did freaking Fergie do as a player? What did Mourinho do as a player? Guardiola was see, I really remember, because I'm a bit old. I remember when Guardiola was playing. He was pretty good. Guardiola was a decent DM. He wasn't amazing. He was never considered the best in the world. But he already found that management, this is his forte, and this is where he can really say what's up. From Josh Bond again says, that's all-time CL is a Super League I want to watch. Josh, you see, do you know how I go hyped just thinking about that? Because my thing is, if let's say there was like a piece of technology, there's like a piece of technology that could just sort of recreate a simulation that we could watch of the very best teams. So every club's all-time 11. Do you know how flames that would be? That would be insane. That would be freaking insane. And you could just sort of realistically, that's a real life, just recreate a simulation of an all-time 11. That would be, anybody that says they would not want to see that is lying to themselves. You know, they're freaking lying to themselves if they say they'll never want to say that, man. So guys, sending questions, man. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Send in those cues, guys. Send in those cues. Bro, Umbro way, big, man. Remember, this is 97. This is the 97, 98 kits. So back in the 90s, Umbro was huge. It's a little different. Like, Umbro obviously went down the freaking tubes, but back in the day, Umbro was competing with Nike. So Umbro were big guys, you know. But no. This kit is, because I remember seeing this kit. I was like, no, this kit's, but Ronaldo is what really defined this kit, man. Oh, how true is this? Is this true? Because now I read something about Lewandowski. That apparently he wants to try and say what's up to Chelsea want to say what's up to Lewandowski. Would Salah would never leave Liverpool for Chelsea. Now, I'll keep it real. If Liverpool don't get top four, Salah is leaving. I don't see a scenario where Salah stays if they don't get top four. Like, I just don't see that happening. Because he's going to be like, no. Either we get top four, I'm a bounce, bro. Or I'm a bounce. keep it a stack bundle. Keep it a stack bundle. But if it is realistic, that'd be great. Like, that's what it's never going to happen. Let's just say in a fantasy world, if Chelsea were able to get their hands on Salah, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just like, because that guy, he's a goal machine. He's a freaking goal machine. So Chelsea, this is already a strong team. So if you just add a minimum goal accounts, a minimum of just a goal supply, oh my gosh, we are eating. We are eating and we are munching, man. Which leagues are you excited for the most? Also, will Liga ever be good and say, and don't just say, well, this season be realistic? So now, do you mean by this season or in the future? But I'll answer both. La Liga right now is the most exciting. Liga is Liga is about, will Lille drop any points in the, I think they've got three more games. So for them is that, will they drop at any points from now until the end of the season? So, because all you have to do is just win those games. And they've won regardless of what happens. But for me, La Liga is the most exciting, because La Liga, anything can happen. And this is such a huge weekend in La Liga, because you have the Atletico Barcelona game, then you have the Real Sevilla game. So this could be the most pivotal weekend in La Liga. But even if certain results go one way, it's been such an unexpected season, like Barca losing to Gran Granada and how Atletico have screwed up Real Madrid dropping points to Betis. Anything can still happen from now to the end of the season. So for me, my eyes are peeled on La Liga. Like, tomorrow, man, I'm there, 3-15. Barcelona gets Atletico Madrid, that game is going to be crazy. It's going to be one crazy ass game, man. So, and if we're looking to the future, let's see what Serie A is saying. Uncle Mu going to Roma. One Napoli are looking at Juventus maybe sort of being on the decline and now having to rebuild. Serie A may start to open up. I think Serie A may now be a very interesting league to watch. Do you think tomorrow's EPL game with City versus Chelsea will be even more important since both play in the UCL final? See, this is a great one here, because my thing is that. So if City beats Chelsea, will that give them greater confidence? Because remember, the FA Cup semi doesn't mean anything, because the FA Cup semi was a weekend City team. City want to get this league over and done with, so we'll now see City's strongest team. So we may see, I think this weekend, we will see a much closer indication of what the CL final will be, what it might be, because this will be, because both sides, Chelsea have to win to get top 4. City want to get this league over and done with as soon as possible. So they just want us to win the games, boom. So, I'm not sure whether it will have much play into what happens. But for example, I'll tell you this, the worst thing that could happen for Chelsea is if Chelsea destroy Man City. Because if Chelsea totally batter and destroy Man City, it may give them a false sense of superiority, So, and also, put it this way, for me, a Champions League final and a Premier League game are two totally different things. So this game will not tell us a lot about the Champions League final, because it's a Champions League final. It is a game that guys really, it is, for me, the Champions League final is one of the biggest games for most football players. Forget La Liga, forget Premier League, forget any of that stuff. Forget Serie A. For most guys, their biggest games is the World Cup final and a Champions League final. These are their two biggest games. Those are the biggest trophies that guys want to win. So the psychology, the mentality, the approach of a Champions League final, which I think is going to be a very tight game, is going to be very different from this Premier League game, bro. Let me just make sure that I am not behind on any of these doobs. From Martino Rosario, thank you. See, now, before I say thank you, let me just say, mentions that bomb Kluivert over Romario and Rivaldo. Ubrick, also Van Basten is clear of Shevchenko. No, look. First of all, Latin Rosario, who owes me money. I mentioned Rivaldo and Romario. I'll just throw in names. So I said Kluivert, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Romario. I'll throw in it. So the difficulty is now when you now have to make the 11. So when you make the 11, you're like, because you also have Eto as well. So my thing is that if you're a Barca manager, who do you play one striker? And if it's one striker, is it Eto, is it Romario, or is it Kluivert? If you're playing two strikers, do you go Romario Kluivert? Do you go Romario Eto? Maybe you go Romario Eto, based on just quality, how good you are, and so forth. Because Kluivert, trust me, guys, Kluivert was a freaking good striker, and he was clutch. But if I have to make a decision, you may just go Eto with Romario just in behind Eto. So, but that's the beauty of that whole all-time thing, that it's such a difficult decision to make because there's so many possibilities, man. From Coatley Awesome, and thank you for the dub, Coatley Awesome. A fully fit Bayern versus LSG, your honest opinion? No, we said this after the PSG game. They beat them. I said this after the Bayern game, and guys said, "Oh, but Verratti wasn't playing, and this guy wasn't playing." I said, "I don't care." I said, "A fully fit Bayern beats PSG." The injuries that PSG had, and I said this at the time, so this is not revision. Go look at what I said at the time. The injuries that Bayern had, no, the injuries that PSG had were not the same injuries that Bayern had. Yeah, Verratti is keep. You can cope with that Verratti. You still had Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria. Your first choice attack. So you still had your first choice attack, and you still had Kimpembe, and you had Marquinhos. Okay, Marquinhos went to be injured. You still had Kimpembe in there. For Bayern Munich, they were missing the best player last year. A guy who everyone said, "No, this is the best player last year." And they're missing Gnabry, arguably their most clutch attacking player. And they're missing Goretzka, their other attacking player. So they were missing 3 sources of goals. And they were still only 1 goal away from knocking out PSG. So simple logic states that if you're missing your 3 attacking players, your 3 first choice attacking players, and you were only 1 goal away from knocking them out, logic states, if we had a full team, we beat these guys. We outscored them. And from that trash we saw from PSG, we would have had a far better game Bayern against Man City. Now, that would have been a very interesting game. Like a fully fit Bayern against Man City, we've got a game. We've got a real game. We've got a real game. Because, see, Bayern are a team where, bro, we're going to attack the living daylights out of you, bro. Because we're coming at you from all angles. So, which is why it's like, because, okay, like deep block. But that Bayern team that Flick has created, go ahead and sit deep. They will just attack you because they're throwing balls in, they're hitting you, balls here, balls there, and it's just relentless attack. So from Paul Kickling, man, thank you for the dub, Paul Kickling. Let's be real. Dino clowns Zidane all day. No. They were both on the same pitch, Paul. And this is the issue. And I love Dino. But the reason why Dino isn't a horseman is because Dino was on that 06 pitch. And if anybody clowned anybody, Zidane clowned Dino and Kaka and everyone else on that pitch. So that's 06 game. Sorry, man. Like Dino, you were on that pitch. You were on that pitch when that happened. So for me, because of what Zidane did on that pitch, nah, bro, I can't, man. Thank you for the dub, Run Vlog, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Thank you. Much obliged, man. So what else do we say, man? No. See, I would like to do watch-alongs here on the YouTube thing, but because I do like what I'm creating on, because Twitch is like its own separate beast. Because Twitch, I can swear, I can say crazy things, and Twitch you can engage polls and everything. Because really, I created Twitch because YouTube kept striking down my channel because of like copyright strike and so forth. So I just said, you know what, let me just do watch-alongs for Twitch and so forth. I just leave this for other contents, man. So I'm not yeah, Twitch is it's a different vibe, and I think the interactive experience of what you can do on Twitch, specifically with polls and so forth, and all the things that I'm learning from Twitch, I think that's a very cool online experience. And also, I think it's mobile friendly, which is what I like. YouTube isn't that great mobile friendly, but Twitch is built to be nice and mobile. Because basically, Twitch is a streaming platform. YouTube was really built primarily as a video platform that has now become streaming, but Twitch was built mainly to be very user friendly, specifically for streaming. So, all right, what else you guys say, man? Can Son and Mbappe fix Real Madrid's attack? Haaland as well. Yes. Asensio has not been the same since his injury. Hazard has just flopped. Also, he apologized, by the way. I don't know whether you accept, but he did apologize. So, yeah, Splash, man. I know. Retro Intercept, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, eBay. Yeah, because I think so. Asensio not been the same since his injury. Hazard has flopped. Rodrigo is decent, but not that great. And Vinicius still needs to work on his mechanics. Son and Mbappe, I think Son is more of a finished article than Rodrigo. and Vinicius is. And I think with Son and Mbappe, they're more direct. So they'll be able to be a lot more dangerous and really take much more of the initiative. But my thing though is the key thing when you're buying players and so forth is, can they do the two flex? And two flex is, can you walk against a highland that gives you space? Can you walk against a deep block? And those are very different things. So it's Son and Mbappe would be superb spacing behind. But now if a team now sits back and you now have to break them down, and you're now being marked very tight, and you're not being double teamed, do you have the ability to get past these men? And so forth. How good are your dribbling mechanics? Because when you're playing against like a team that sits deep, you've got to be able to beat a man. You have to be able to get in a 1v1 ISO, beat a man, and then create that space to therefore say what's up. So that's the issue. That is the issue, man. But yeah, they will definitely help, man. Are we getting another preview of the bridge for the bro? I might need to go back, bro. I may need to go back, because I told you, because like it was calling to me. Someone, like a voice within me just said, HH, you need to go to the ridge. It says, HH, you have to go to the ridge. You simply must go to the ridge. And I was like, oh, yeah, I should not say, no. You simply must go to the ridge. The ridge is where you're needed. I was like, are you sure? Yes. No, like the ridge is where you're needed. I was like, okay, all right. I'll head over to the ridge. Be careful with EB, a lot of scammers there. I know. Because the key thing is that you just have to you have to just make sure that you look at like the reviews and how many stars they've gotten and so forth. Is Gareth Bale a Madrid legend? For me, yes. What about you? No. Legend is a strong word. Put it this way: Cristiano is not a Man United legend. He's one of the best players to ever play for United. He's not a legend. Because a legend is to do with, okay, what you've done, what you've achieved, but also how long you've been there and how you've helped define that club. Bale is one of the most impactful players Real have had into the short space of time, but he never put forth a legacy. So a legend is a strong word. You can't call him a legend because how long did he stay there? Did he really make a strong impact? Like a Madrid legend is Zidane, because Zidane was the face of the Galacticos, which was a very important moment in time for Real, and he helped to deliver them a seal. But that Galacticos era was signified and encapsulated by Zidane. Raul is Raul. Madrid boy, Real Madrid through and through. Won them a CL in 2000. Well, I think in 2000 and in 98. So you've got to put another amount of time that he spent there, and boom. Now a more interesting question is Cristiano a Real Madrid legend? Now the answer, of course, is yes. But do Madrid fans see him or view him as a legend? That's the thing. Because some Madrid fans would probably view Zidane and Raul more of a legend than Cristiano. Because I've always found a way. I've never felt that Madrid fans have ever really taken to Cristiano. Because put it this way, how much uproar was there when Cristiano left? How much was like, oh my God, this is crazy, this is awful, this is one of our best players of all time. How much of that was there? Not a lot. And even now, how do people in Real Madrid regard Cristiano? Even so, how does Cristiano regard Real Madrid? Even so, it is more likely that Cristiano would go back to Man United than he would ever go back to Real Madrid. And I believe that Cristiano has more affinity for a Man United than he does for a Real Madrid. I've never understood that. That a guy scored more goals than games he was in, and he scored a hell of a lot of goals. And this guy was clutched like a mofo, but just was never really loved as much, man. And shout out to Hamaya, Hamaya, football hub member. What up, what up, what up, what up? Modric will be considered a legend to Real Madrid for sure. Yes, I think he will be, for sure. He will be. Because see, that's the way things like it is. Of course, Cristiano is a legend, but just gonna, they've just never the way in which he left. It just seemed as if, like that's it. He left and everything. Like Raul, put it this way, Raul leaving was a big deal. When Raul left Real Madrid and everything, I remember that was a big, massive deal, and people made a big deal out of it. So I don't know. It's just one of those funny things, man. All right, man. So I think we've got another little dub here, man. Let me get up to my dubs, my dubs. From YSK Jackson, oh Lord. I know this guy's going to come up with something trash. Love that shirt, HH. I remember watching him at his peak at Inter. Love that shirt, HH. I remember watching him at his peak at Inter. The moments when R9 lifted that CL was something special. What a player. Okay, guys, let's just talk about this now. Because I think this is actually like a discussion that this is a discussion. I'm happy for us to have this discussion. Like have more like one of our Sunday discussions and so forth. But let's have it out. So, he didn't win a Champions League. What are the hierarchy of trophies? World Cup, Champions League, and League. World Cup, Champions League, and then League. The World Cup is the most important trophy. That's the most important trophy. So, of course, it doesn't help his legacy and so forth. But when you are that good a player, and it's not as if he was playing, remember, the Inter Milan he was playing for at the time wasn't the Inter Milan that Mourinho had. It wasn't the Inter that Mourinho had. I tell you, I don't care what anyone says, guys. Ronaldo before his knee injury is the best player that has ever lived. That's just the facts. Like you can argue and so forth. Ronaldo before his knee injury is the best player that has ever touched the grass. It's the best player that ever touched grass. And I will argue that for the rest of my life. And I will never, ever, ever, ever admit that there's been any player who was better than peak Ronaldo. I'll never do it. I'll never do it ever. I don't give an F about how many Champions Leagues. I don't give a crap. The fact that this guy was that good. The fact that he was the best player that's ever touched the pitch, technically the best footballer we've ever seen is Ronaldo. Just how good of a footballer are you? Is Ronaldo. And what he did in the Auto World Cup, I don't care about anything else. I don't care about anything else. So Champions and everything it means nothing to me. So now how good he was and now World Cup. So boom. He played for Real. Do you know what a knee injury is? Do you know what it means that your knee exploded? His knee exploded. He wasn't the same player. If he didn't have the knee injury, we're not having a conversation about Messi and Cristiano. Messi and Cristiano are not, they're irrelevant. They're irrelevant. And the reason why I think that maybe he had to have the knee injuries that we could have a debate. And we always have this endless debate, you know. And the endless debate is, okay, Cristiano, Messi, these guys don't have a World Cup. Ronaldo, he doesn't have a Champions League. So that's the debate that we have. If he didn't have the knee injury, these guys, 4 CLs, Copa America, freaking World Cup, like, what are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? So the Ronaldo, and that just shows you. Look at how good he was at Real Madrid. The guy dropped a 3-piece at Old Trafford. Post knee injury, drops a 3-piece, and this guy was not the same player. He got a golden boot at a World Cup after his knee exploded. That's Dodd. That's Dodd. I told you, man. Don't mess with my guy, man. Don't mess with my guy. Don't mess with my freaking guy, man. You know, I said again, I will never let up, man. I will never let up, never. He's the best player that's ever lived. I don't care what anyone says, man. I don't care what anyone says. From Grim Knight's Grievance, who says, R9 got carried by Rivaldo in that 0-2 World Cup. Remind me again who scored the most goals at the World Cup. Grim Knight's Grievance, who scored the most goals at the World Cup? Lots of checked goals win games. Unless things have changed. Like, have things changed? Because last I checked, goals win games. So yeah. From Jay Jocken, who says, Turbo Thibaut is the GOAT. More UCL finals than Ronaldo. Where's Turbo Thibaut's World Cup? The World Cup is the highest form of competition. And I say it again, he had a knee injury. If Turbo Thibaut's knee exploded, he doesn't have a freaking career. Turbo Thibaut walks in an old folks' home if his knee exploded. If Ronaldo's knee doesn't explode, he wins a CL every single year. Simple as that. He puts R9 and in Real Madrid or Barcelona, before his knee injury, he's winning his ACL every single year. Facts. Okay, because that's how good he was. From Latin Lozario, who says, Turbo Timo in a final surpasses R9's club career. Don't you dare put, and I see, you don't want me to do this. See, so I'm happy because we're celebrating Chelsea's victory and so forth, but Latin Lozario, don't you dare put my guy's name in the same sentence as Ronaldo. Okay, don't you dare freaking do that. You know. So because you see, my thing is that, guys, I know, keep your goats and so forth. I appreciate Messi and Cristiano. I will never ever in my life put them in the same category as Ronaldo. I'm sorry, it's never happening. And I think since I'm gotten this shirt right now, I feel even much more emboldened. I don't give a crap whether they didn't win a Champions League. I don't care. That doesn't change anything. This guy at his peak was that freaking dude. Does Messi have a Copa America? Was that? Who gave Cristiano life? Who? Eder gave him life. Dude did nothing in a freaking final. Give me one major international final that Cristiano showed up in. Was that? Oh, Cristiano's World Cup final, was that? Cristiano Euro final, was that? No, he was given life by Eder. Cristiano, you owe that Euro trophy to Eder. Ronaldo he did his. I can show you what he did in a Copa America final. I can show you what he did in a World Cup final. Has Messi ever scored in a World Cup final? What? Was that? Has Messi ever scored in a Copa America final? What's that? Oh, he had 2 back-to-back. Oh, he surely should have scored 1 goal. What? He didn't score. What? He didn't score in a Copa America final? Guys, I told you, don't mess with me, bro. Like, let's keep things nice, guys. Let's just keep things nice. Let's keep things nice. I don't want to get into this whole scenario. Let's just keep things nice, guys. Let's keep things nice. Come on, guys. We should be celebrating because Chelsea are in the CL final. Chelsea in the CL final. Let's celebrate, man. Chelsea in the CL final, man. Chelsea in the CL final, man. Eto is underrated. I'm going to say this right now. Eto is underrated, man. Eto is underrated, bro. From Kian Motagi, Ronaldo, the beauty of football is you don't win everything. Yeah, no, look. I mean, if Maradona won a Champions League, we're not having a conversation. If Messi won that World Cup in 20, and I was even thinking about this today. If Messi wins that World Cup in 2014, we don't have a conversation. Now, that's why I was scared. Because I say that if Messi scores the winning goal in his 2014 World Cup final, the debate is over. It's finished. I can't say anything about Ronaldo. I can't say anything about Maradona, but he didn't. Cristiano, running a World Cup, Euros, Ede gave him life. So, and that's the beauty of it. And that's the beauty is we can debate. And we will always debate because you say Ronaldo doesn't have any Champions Leagues. I say Messi and Cristiano don't have a freaking World Cup, you know? So, but we always, and that's the beauty, we'll always go back and forth. And I will argue that the World Cup is more important than the freaking Champions League. And I would argue that you were defending European champions, but you still can't score in a World Cup knockouts. Messi, you had Di Maria, you had an amazing Argentina team, and you couldn't get it done in a semi or a final. So we can have a back and forth. We couldn't have a back and forth. YSK Jackson says, HH on L phenomenon. No. Hashtag only excuses. YSK, it's not excuses. It's facts. Pre-knee injury, best player that the game has ever seen. If he didn't have the knee injury, no one's checking for Messi and Cristiano. And these are just facts. So I don't know what anyone's saying. From Footy Wizard Man, thank you for the dub. Thank you for the dub. Bro, say what you want. Bale is the only player to score in three UCL fans because that goal, he touched it. So the Bale free kick thing, they said it was Ramos, but Ramos did not actually touch it in the 2016 final. Check the 16 footage. Ramos didn't touch the ball. Yes, I said. Yeah, he did touch the ball. My thing was Bale can't be called a Real Madrid legend, but in terms of clutchness and impact, he's probably one of the most impactful Real Madrid. He's the most impactful Real Madrid player in the shortest period of time. 2014 scored in the final, 2016 final, and he scored arguably one of the best goals ever seen in a Champions League in that an Oasis kick off the freaking bench. And he scored twice. So what Bale has done for Real Madrid is incredible. So for me, so whatever he did afterwards and however it was a break, he fully justified however much they spent it. And also, which is why I said you can make the argument he's like the greatest British player of all time. Has any other British player done what he has done in the CL? Nope. Owen, what's it called? Jack Charles? Is it Bobby Charlton? Stanley Matt? No. From Jay Jokin, who says, okay, your logic then, Pogba over Verratti as he has a World Cup. Was Pogba the top scorer at the World Cup? Was Pogba the best player at the World Cup? Ronaldo at 21 years of age was the best player at the World Cup at 21 years of age. And at the age 24, he was the top scorer at the World Cup. So that's very freaking different. From YSK Jackson, HH had that peak L phenomenal no haircut in also. I did not. YSK Jackson, I did not. So, but he said that he had that he wanted to have that haircut because he wanted to distract people away from the fact that he's injuries are going to be good and everything. So the haircut was that a distraction. So rather than people talking about whether he would be fit and he would be able to be impactful, all they were talking about was just his crazy haircut. So he did that haircut just as a distractive measure. Shout out to Football Hot member, Professor. Shout out to you, bro. HH, what's your thoughts on the leaked Chelsea home kit 2021-2022? I think Nike did a terrible job with the design, hence why I missed the days our shirt designer was Adidas. Now, let me see whether we have this. So, Chelsea jersey 2021. 22. Let's see. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, oops. What the heck is this? What the? What the frick is this? What the hell? Okay. It literally looks like if somebody is having a party. What? So there are zigzags, then there are squares, then you've got yellow bits. That is a mess. That is that is disgraceful, man. That is disgraceful. That is absolutely freaking disgraceful, man. Wow. That's a mess, man. That's a mess. So you know what's an underrated jersey? The Arsenal. I mean, one of my favorite jersey was Roma's tight fit jersey from. Was that? So what year was it that Roma had the tight fit jersey? Was that 03 or 02? The Roma tight fit jersey, because that I love that jersey, man. I love that jersey, man. But underrated jersey, the Arsenal centenary jersey, which was what my big brother had. The Arsenal like 100-year centenary jersey, that was a quality jersey, man. That was a quality jersey. Oh, 02. 02. Oh, but then someone says 03. All right, let me hit this dub, man. Let me hit this dub. From Cotley also, HH, ignore those bricks. They don't know the real R9. See, Cotley, see, my thing is, it's fun though. It's fun. But I think I think whenever somebody comes for your player, you'll always be triggered. So whenever someone says something about Ronaldo, about Robin, about Okocha, or so forth, you always be triggered because you always have that very close affinity and attachment to the player. But it's a generational thing. So I'm like, I get it. Like, these guys never watched him. It's the same thing that people say about Pele or Maradona. Like, my big brother says, no. I don't want to hear anything Maradona, because my big brothers watched Maradona. So my brother be like, no. Maradona's that dude. Then you see other guys that say, no, Pele. So guys watch Pele like that. I don't want to hear it. Forget about any of this, Pele. So for me, who grew up and watched Ronaldo, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. Ronaldo, best player. I don't want to hear anything. I appreciate all the guys that came through. I don't want to hear anything. It's him. So unless you grew up with him and you watched him play, you'll never get it. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm not bothered, man. From Footy Wizard, who says, what is the dud if a manager promoted a championship team? What is it? What is the dud? So what is the dud if a manager promoted a championship team while winning the FA Cup in the first season, then winning the EPL in the second, then the UCL in the third season? Oh, that would be insane. Now, has someone actually done that? But that would be one of the highest level of duds. So in your first season, FA Cup, which is all right, then win the EPL, which is already very difficult to win, specifically now, because Pep is saying what's up, all these guys, and they have the amount of money, so it's going to be very hard for you to now say what's up in the EPL. And then you now want to say third season a UCL. That's crazy, because remember, how many new teams win a UCL? Now, we may get a new winner this year in Man City, but very rarely do you have a new team win the UCL. So if somebody did that over the course of 3 seasons consecutively, that would be insane. And That would be very hard to do. Especially the winning the EPL in the second season. That's hard. Third season UCL, nah. Like if a team did that, that would be insane. Especially if you had just been promoted and so forth, man. No, I don't even know any derbies, man. Oh, sorry, I missed that on that one. Sorry, Junior. From Junior Aziz, who says Mount CL winning goal and man of the match equals Ballon d'Or. You know, so funny. Basically, we were actually doing on the Complicated Chelsea show last night. We were doing penalty takers. So we're saying that, and first of all, and when we're doing penalty takers, we were like, oh, if it goes to penalties, I think Chelsea are screwed. I think Chelsea are screwed if it goes to penalties because it's easy to do a 5 for Man City. It was actually hard to do a 5 for Chelsea that you feel and believe would score. So Chelsea, please don't go to penalties. Mount CL winning goal and one of the match. Now, England will push for Ballon d'Or. For me, it depends what happens in the Euros. If Mount's CL winning goal, man of the match, and he balls at the Euros and England, Idris the semis or England, then he definitely has to be in the final 3. What counts against him is that he's called Mason Mount. He's not called Lionel Messi or Mbappe or Benzema. So his name doesn't have much cachet. But if he does all those things, then he should at least be a finalist. And I mean, if we live in a world where Mason Mount wins the Ballon d'Or, bro, England will just make the guy freaking king, man. Easily. Natsa says, check DM. Wait, are you creeping in my DMs, man? Are you creeping in my DMs? So what has Natsa sent me now? Oh, God. Right. Oh. Okay. Let's check it out from your boy Natsa. I think this is City's joint. Wait, let me put it big. No, see, my thing now is what does it feel like? See, whenever I see white kits and so forth, my thing is what does it feel like? So what is the material like? But I like the color. I like the color. It's a bit of purple, blue, and so forth. You see, you saw that nonsense that was the Chelsea kits. That's just too much is happening. This is just simple and effective. Just simple and effective. But yeah, no. Nice. But my thing is that I want to just know what the material is like and just see what it feels like if you wear it. But see, now that's a nice kit. That's a nice kit, nice use of color, nice design, nice look. So wait, is that Deodora? Wait, what's that logo? What's this logo of the the Digimon? What's the logo? Puma. Wait, is that Puma? But I don't know. I thought it was with Deodora. Okay, so it's Puma. Yeah. Oh, not bad, man. Not bad. So my thing. So we've now reached a world where Puma are putting out better kits than Nike. That's messed up. That is messed up. Yeah, Tony. Yeah, I will look up the Barca kits, man, as well. If I have a break. I will look up the Barca kid as well. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying, guys. From Latin Rosario, who says, Timo won a win from tying Zizou in. Latin, don't you dare do that, bro. Now, if Timo scores a volley with his left foot outside of the box, and that is the winning goal, then maybe we can put good old Turbo in the same sentence as Zizou. Maybe we can, but please don't put him in the same sentence as Zizou. Like, please respect a horseman, please, guys. Members, drop the Neymar emoji, please. That is needed. Drop the Neymar emoji. I need you to drop the Neymar emoji. Drop that Neymar emoji in the live chat. Drop that Neymar emoji, man. YSK Jackson says, "What up? Thank you for the dub. Turbo Timo is a CL merchant. Diego was a UEFA." Turbo Timo is a CL merchant. Diego was a UEFA Super Cup merchant. Also, Zad wouldn't have done a damn thing in Moscow. Zad is a merchant. YSK Jackson, if Zad was in Moscow, Chelsea win 3-0. You know that, and I know that. He scores one and sets up two assists, one goal. Chelsea win 3, and it's obvious, which is why it didn't happen. If Zad was in the final, Chelsea win 3-0. It'd be a shockingly comfortable victory. Like, it would be a landslide, 3-0, if Zad was in that team. So I think Chelsea would have been too overpowered because they'd win the Champions League every year. So it'd be a cheat team. Hazard in that team, it'd be a cheat team. They'd win the Champions League every single year. Like, nobody would compete. Would be able to compete against them. So let's look at this Barcelona. Why the hell do I have that as my history? Hopefully no one can see. This is why you should always wipe your history. So what are we doing here? Barcelona 2021, 2022. What? What the freak? Well, let me get a big version. Wait, are people just bringing out brick kits now for some strange reason? Okay, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Okay, it's not horrible. But just like the other one, so much stuff is happening, man. It's like there's just too much going on. There's too much too much stuff is going on. You've got a bit of red stuff here, then it goes into blue. Like, what's that stuff? I mean, look at these kids. Just simple and effective. Simple and effective, man. That's all you need, man. Simple and effective. Right, what's Liverpool's? Actually, no, that's not that bad. The Liverpool one is not that bad. I mean, let me try and get a good image. I think this is the best image here. Copy image address. This is not. That's not the worst. Obviously, I wish there was better lighting. I mean, nothing spectacular, So that's all right. Aside. So let's see what Juventus is saying, man. None of these kits I'm getting though. Wait, what the heck? Oh, another thing. The events that's nothing special, man. That's nothing special. Let's see what Real Madrid are saying. Real Madrid jersey. Oh no, that's it's what do you mean by prediction? I don't want your prediction. Oh, is this Adidas? I'm trying to find out what's the real. Is this it? No. This kind. Wait, is this it? I mean, this is the one I found. Is this the right one, or is that a fake one? So wait, is that the right one? I mean, that's it's okay, simple. See now, I think Adidas are now saying what's up. Like Nike used to be amazing. Nike used to be really amazing, but I think Adidas have stepped the game up. I think the Nigeria kit is the Adidas one, man. Because see, the Nigeria kit is I. You see, oh, it's Nike. See, I don't like the Super Eagles home kits, but the away kits is fire, man. Why can't I get a freaking big version of this whole stuff? See, like that whole home kits thing was like is too much was happening there, bro. Way too much was happening there. You see now, this is flames, man. Guys, that's flames. That's flames, man. You know that right there is flames. Don't hate. That right there is flames. You know, that's flames. Like I prefer this to the home kits. You know, and also I don't know. Something just really bothered me how the home kits became this kind of like fashion accessory that everybody was getting. I was like, oh no, fuck. You know. But see, it's simple but effective. Because my thing about it is just the colors that they've used. It's the type of green that they've used now. So, no. I like this, man. I like this. No. I like this. I like this. Again, it's not like the most super kits, but I like this, man. I like this. You know. Let me think. Wait, best kit. Oh, this now. This because as I was even discussing it with my amigo today. Now, this is the best one. This one, if I can find it. Yeah. This was quality. And look, you can always tell because of who they are. But this right here is money. That was money. That kit was money. I think this was the away kits. Japan O2. This was money, man. This was money. So I think that was the last thing on the kits. But this Japan kit was money. All right, let's get back to your questions, man. Thoughts on Sane redemption next season under Nagelsmann? It could happen. He obviously, I think a lot of people and Bayern fans, blame is a strong word, but I think a lot of Bayern fans wanted Sane to do more. Like, remember in the segment, like that chance that Sane had where I think Muller and guys were coming into the box and all he needed to do was just cut the ball back, but he just went for like a ball across that now was easily picked up. I think one of Bayern fans said, yeah, I know we're missing one of key guys, but they would have wanted him to do a lot more. But look, a new manager can just bring in something new, a new set of instructions. And when you look at just how fast Leipzig play and how fast Leipzig move the ball around, it could be something that perhaps could really, really utilize and make good use of Sané's skills. So the dude is talented. The dude is a talented freaking dude. And I think if he doesn't get injured or fit, Germany will be a threat. Germany are going to be a threat. Like, I think Sané could maybe say something at these Euros, because again, he's not had the greatest season. He's had loads of injuries, but dude can be money. Dude can always be freaking more money, man. So on the Nagelsmann, it could be like a new lease of life, man. Oh my guys, do you know how wild that is, man? That just shows my age, man. Do you know how wild? Because 2002, I'm not telling you how old I was, but I was fully like functioning. I was fully functioning, man. But but this kit is also more money as well. All right, let's catch up on these dubs. Let's catch up on these dubs. So, what's going to say? We need kits with the badge in the middle again. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, like here. No, those were always cool. No, we need kits with a design. Like, trust me, like in '94, man, all the kits in that World Cup in '94 were crazy. All the kits in because '02, the '02 World Cup, the kits were amazing because it was so hot and so forth. Every kit had these kinds of things at the side, which allowed air to come through. So it's allowed, so therefore it's allowed your sweat just to permeate through because there are these kinds of like open net things there. So yeah, because I mean the football kits now they're just not as popping off as they once were, man. So Wiseky Jackson again says 07-08 United kit is the most iconic EPL shirt. Hashtag AIG. Yeah, I think we viewed that. I think before. No, it was iconic is a strong word. I wouldn't use the word like iconic. So I don't know. But what I will say though is I did like two of the best EPL jerseys is Chelsea's black away kit, which I think was Fly Emirates, which I have, rather like in my crib, and the United away kit. I can't remember what year it was. Maybe I think it was 96. 96, the black away kit where it was black with with yellow numbers. Basically, it was the kits where Cantona kicked the guy in the stand. That's a very nice kit. Always like that kit. And from Uncle Wham says the Mexico 2014 World Cup kit was fire. All right, let's have a look. Mexico 2014 World Cup jersey. That's not bad. That's not bad. That is not bad, man. That is not bad at all, man. That is not bad at all. Check this out. That is not bad at all, man. And I think, oh, what? No, why is this thing small, man? Fuck. Sorry, guys. Check this out. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice. That is nice, man. That is nice, man. That is nice. That's a nice kit. Like just those arrows and so forth. That is nice. That is nice, man. That is nice. I like that. I like that. Oh Lord. All right, what are you guys saying, man? Do 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 do. No. The Arsenal centenary kit was quality, like where it was maroon. Basically, let's show you. This for me is one of the best kits that I've seen. Um, no. What are we doing, man? Um, here we are, Arsenal. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Basically, it's this one. Um, yeah, I just love that color. This color is just so sexy. That just is such a nice color. Because obviously they modernized it and everything, but just that color quality. Because no, I've never seen a team have that kind of color there. So, and they almost won the Champions because this is '06, and they almost won the freaking Champions League with it, man. Um, Lists 10 attacking players at their peak that could single-handedly cause havoc to a team, and who would be a top three? Um, Pick Ronaldo. So obviously, real Ronaldo, um, Ronaldinho, Romario, Rivaldo, Robin, um, um, Messi, um, what else am I missing? What else am I missing? Del Piero. Definitely going to say Del Piero. You already said. I think I said Romario. Um, Van Basten. Actually, yeah, but I was sort of by before my time. Um, um, oh, George Weah, and I'll say Eto. And if I just say a top three, Ronaldo, Messi, and Ronaldinho. Of this, the three that could cause the most damage are those three. Because for me, Maradona is much more of a creator, but guys who know these guys are just going to be they're a problem and they'll be hard to deal with. Messi, Ronaldo, real Ronaldo, El Fenomeno, and Dino. You know, um, what century were you born? I was born in the 8th century, so yeah, 8th century was when I was born, man. Um, Thoughts on England's chances at the Euros? Are they top five for squad depth? You see, here's the thing. So I put out a poll on the community page where I said that England, I would not put them as one of the favorites, and also that they're underdogs, and they're probably one of the highest, best underdogs in there. People said, "Oh no, I'm being offensive and rude." So England have won one international trophy, and that was in 1966 on home soil. So does it really count? Um, England reached the semis of the World Cup. Panama, but it's Tunisia or someone that they beat, and you beat a Colombia side who and then you end up playing a Colombia side who also you lost to Belgium twice. You played a Colombian side without James Rodriguez. You played Sweden without Ibrahimovic. Then you lost to Croatia and you lost to Belgium twice. So for what reason should England be favorites? Now, my thing is this is the issue. England have quality players. And they have perhaps some of the most exciting, they have the most exciting attacking options of most teams. at these Euros, based just how many different players that they can play and utilize. But we've seen this story before. The golden generation, this, that, and so forth. So my thing is that you've got to earn your stripes. So until England actually make an impact at a tournament, when last did England beat a really top team at their best, a really quality team? I can't remember. When last they really beat a really good quality team. So until they beat a true quality team, they've not earned their stripes yet. Portugal have earned their stripes. They beat France in France. France, we already know, they earned their freaking stripes. Germany is Germany. Italy is Italy. So, oh wow. Yes. What do you think about the possibility of the CL final being held at Villa Park or the Tottenham Stadium because of issues in Turkey? No, wait, what issues are there in Turkey? No, because I think all they've said is like that there'll be a possibility for there to have fans, like, because it's between two English sides, have it in England where fans can go through. Now, I don't want that thing to be held at Villa Park. No offense, but you cannot hold the CL final at Villa Park. Now, if it's Wembley or the Tottenham Stadium, okay, those will be cool. So my thing is, look, I'll be real with you. I don't give a crap where it's held. I just want Chelsea to win. They can play that thing on freaking Timbuktu. They can play that thing on Neptune. I don't want Chelsea, so I don't really care where it's being played. But if we're not thinking about fans and so forth, see, my thing is this: is that of what benefit will it be keeping? Of what benefit will it be for Turkey or so forth? Keep it in Istanbul. How do they get any revenue if there are no fans coming through? Because maybe it's a case of where if media personnel go there, thingy will go there, or maybe UEFA pay the city of Istanbul or something a certain fee for holding it there. If that's the case, people talking about like, no, screw you, we are hosting it because it's been held here and so forth. We're going to receive a nice lump sum from UEFA for hosting the final. So they'll be like, no, screw you guys, man. We're going to read or we're going to say what's up. So my thing is this: is that obviously because of COVID and so forth, maybe guys in England can't travel to Turkey and so forth. So if that's the case, you ever have a tough decision to make because you would want to get fans. If there's a chance that fans can be at this final, you've got to take that opportunity. And if it's a case where these fans cannot travel to Turkey, I think you might as well have to. You got to have it in England. You have to have that thing in England. What will be your reaction when? See, don't say when, man. If. And listen, the thing, bro. As I told you, I was even thinking of doing a video on it, man. Because have you ever seen what happened to Maradona? I was like, nah, man. I've got to meet dude, man. Because if somehow I never get to meet Ronaldo, man, that'd be fucked up. That'd be real fucked up. And I came close to meeting him because I was doing this FIFA events years ago, and then I just missed him, But I have no idea because I remember when I was young, man, and I met Kan Nwankwo. This was just after we'd won the Olympics in '96, and when I met him, I was so nervous. I basically didn't say anything, So, yeah, man, it would be, no. I mean, like, I have no idea what I'd freaking say, man. Like, it's because I'm like, wait, do you know what she meant for me as a young buck in Nigeria and so forth? Basically, I was like, you're like a superhero, man. Because you're literally like a freaking superhero, so to be. So, yeah, man, it would be wild, man. It would be wild. Is Foden the best youngster in the world? I mean, how old is is dude, man. Foden age 20. Oh wow. So the guy's gonna be 21 this month. He's definitely for me. I like Bukayo Saka is really good. Saka is just he's unfortunate that he's just not in a very good team, you know. And that's the thing. See, I am most impressed with Saka based on how good he looks in a team that's not very good, where he's literally engineering and making things happen off his own back. Remember, he was the guy that's won the penalty for Arsenal in Villarreal. But I mean, Foden is definitely up there. But then my guy, what's this guy? How old is João Felix? Felix, yeah, he's going to be 22 this in November. You know, so for me, João Felix, see, based on talent, most talented youngster, I'd probably say Felix, bro. You know, like he's just in a really crappy situation with what's his name, Liego Limione. You know, Limione is basically he's ruining his whole career, bro. But he's definitely up in there. I mean, Sancho as well. Sancho is one of my personal favorites. I can't call him the best, but he's definitely up there. But for me, let's see what he does in the CL final. Then let's see what he does in the Euros. But the issue with England and the Euros is that they have a super talented team with some really, really good players, but they've got a clown-ass coach. Like, the coach is just a complete and utter clown. And that's just the problem, man. Thoughts on Pedro getting his 50th appearance at Barca tomorrow at the age of 18. Wow. See, Barcelona have always been a side that have really promoted the youth and so forth. But my thing is that, see, you can be like, that's an amazing achievement for Pedro, and that is something to be proud of, to be able to reach those amounts of appearances all at the age of 18. But my thing is that shouldn't be, because Barcelona shouldn't be leaning towards a 18, 17-year-old for those amounts of games. And there have been a lot of games where Pedri has been relied upon, but look, this guy's very young. But because they don't really have any other options, they've had to lean upon him. But yeah, it definitely shows that that's a guy for the future. And Barcelona they definitely have, and you have to have a balance between combining your academy players, your youth players, and also your older dudes as well, man. Can you see Mourinho winning a trophy with from next season, challenging Inter Juve? No, not next season. But let's see what he does. But my thing is, who does he buy? So depending on how he's supported and who he buys and who he's able to get, then we'll be able to see what he's able to do. But you have to now see who he buys, man. That's the key thing, man. See now, bro. See now, here's the thing. I say there needs to be like a GoFundMe campaign launched for João Felix to get out of Atletico. João Felix with Pep, that is freaking scary. That could be really Pep with João Felix could be freaking scary. And my thing is, they may just pay that 300 mil, bro. You know, they might just pay, you know, because my thing is this is that say I would 300 mil is a lot. I mean, what's it called? They paid what 100 and something mil for him. But I just think of what João Felix is, his quality, and the marriage plans with Pep, and Pep can take it and take it to the next level, and Pep's co-coaching, that would be a ridiculous signing. Because Felix and Simeone, it's a bad mix. So I don't even know who was advising Felix to think that a player, because see, I didn't know, because I only saw him for one game, the hat-trick he scored for Benfica, so I didn't know what kind of player that he was. But if you saw the kind of player that he was and how he plays, why would you sign a 50-year contract as Atletico under Diego Simeone? Why? You know? But someone needs to come up with 300 mil to get that guy out of his freaking contracts, man. All right, man. So, guys, I think I best, in the words of Joker, it's time to retire. Feel free to drop in. Yeah, man. So, guys, this has been fun. So, guys, remember, just to reiterate, tomorrow, join me on Twitch for the Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. So join me for that. So Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. And then that will be on Twitch. Then, of course, so I may do the City and Chelsea. It depends, because I could be busy around that time, man. So, but definitely on Saturday for the hangout, we're going to be reacting to the City Chelsea game, and of course the Barcelona Atletico game, man. So it's going to be fun and beautiful, man. So, yeah, say City Chelsea a bit, because I don't want to read too much into the whole City Chelsea thing, man, because I'm like, because obviously I want Chelsea to win, but if Chelsea beats City, will that somehow be like a weird reverse complex for the CL final game? I don't really know, man. So we just have to wait and see. So, guys, peace out. Stay true. Stay well. I will see you here tomorrow from 10 p.m. BST, British Standard Time, 10 p.m. BST for the Saturday Hangouts. But before then, join me on Twitch for the Atletico versus Barcelona game, and potentially for the Chelsea Man City game afterwards, man. Peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Stay sexy. Stay lovely. And your boy is out.